It's one of the things I'm going to say. Like, as quick as last one went, I don't know if we're going to get close to that average game time right now with Broken Walls. Unless Team Falcons can surprise us with this draft, and this is where it's going to happen. You look at this, they're still on the blue side, man.
Yeah, they have to.
They did ban out the Claude.
So maybe they want to prioritize the Jushin here. Yeah, Jushin.
But so Yuzong comes out. Yeah.
Yuzong Cho.
Yuzong Cho? Yeah. Makes sense for Car.
I'm not so sure about that, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, sure, ONIC.
They just want to take it because, again,
Sano pick, yeah.
Pick.
Fair.
I wonder if they want to go for a Granger. It's dangerous, but...
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to be the pick for ONIC, Granger. But yeah, they go carry.
Do you go for...
I think for Falcons, it should be... Ooh.
Cho.
So again...
I don't remember Troll on this pick.
Yeah, he was actually really good on this pick a while back as well. So
I was going to say, this is one of his, like, older heroes that we've seen him play before. So I feel like in a way it's comfort, but also like your question is, do you pick up your jungle now, knowing that the Fredrun was already banned? You know, do you want to go Baksha again for Boyet? I'm not sure if that's the best choice.
Oh man,
especially with the Yuzong.
Yeah. Ooh, there you go.
Here's the swerve.
But this isn't like a proper answer to the Yuzong. This is still a problem.
This is
like,
what we asked for, though. Like technically.
Yeah, but if you were going to go for an assassin, why not Lance? Lancelot actually, you know, gets past both. More so the Yuzong, actually.
I mean, again, we just don't know what's going on in their camp. Maybe they need... I don't know. I don't know what Haya really offers that a Lance cannot give. So yeah, I don't know. We just don't know what's going on in their camp.
I think it's just more so of they did this to us. Let's go ahead and just try to run it back, you know, but in our hands.
Oh yeah, it is roughly the same draft.
Wow, now that's a pick that has been pretty horrible in the wild card, but 0% picked here in the Swiss stage, and it's actually, you know,
it didn't, right?
It lost both times it was picked up. It was also in the grand final, so yeah. But this is San's signature pick, by the way. When he first transitioned into mid lane, it was this and Xavier.
Man, I'd love to see a Xavier pop up, man. Like, at least some point. I do think when we get to the knockouts, though, like, we'll see some more of those adaptations go on here. You can see that Uranus going to be banned out. Again, XP lane still going to be up for grabs, of course, over here for Team Falcons. And going against Yuzong, I'm wondering what that will be, you know, because, again, you want to be able to go ahead and have some similar impact that the Yuzong's obviously going to have throughout this.
I'm very interested on Falcons' gold lane pick here because honestly for ONIC, they're kind of doing the thing again where they are having multiple threats on each side of the spectrum.
All
right?
fronts, yeah.
Yeah, the front line, they're going to have a hard time against Lilia as well as the carry. And then the back line is going to not have a good time against the Yuzong. Maybe there will be a pick for Kairi to go to the back lines as well. A Joy or something if it's let true. But yeah, like ONIC right now have a pretty good draft where I feel like for any marksman, they kind of don't like go up against this kind of draft.
Yeah. How
do
crazy
they
would it
go
be?
crazy like a Moscow or something? I'm not a fan.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
But like it always comes to your head like what do they want?
I think it should just be the Granger, honestly, right? Like that's the only other safe choice to go for.
Granger, but then also too, like, what do you put in the jungle?
Yeah, that's well. Oh wait, for ONIC?
For ONIC, yeah. Since the Lancelot was banned, Hayabusa is taken. Like, is this where we see would Kairi end up playing utility here?
I think it does. It's not bad. You already have a Yuzong, Kairi, and a Lilia.
Yeah.
A lot of damage there already.
Like, does he play the Baksha?
It's actually not bad.
Yeah, because it's the last ban, and I think that's what Team Falcons is trying to decide too. Like, do we go?
If I was Kairi, I would put in my contract never ask me to use a box burger. just a personal touch, just a what do you call it? A fine print. Be like, I'm willing to sign up.
Yeah.
You just gotta agree to this one line.
No Baksha for me.
But yeah, I agree. It's still a pretty good pick.
Oh wait, Fanny's still open. You're gonna have to deal with a Cho, but. Maybe you last pick it then. You go for a roamer. Now, how crazy would it be if they go Minotaur themselves? Because they ban Minotaur with the composition you see on the left.
Yeah.
Kiboy can play Minotaur. He's pretty good at it. What if they go Kufra even, right?
They got some smiles on their face, man. I don't know, like...
It has to be a strange one here if Kiboy's laughing like that.
Yeah.
Adi's probably like, Kufra? Haha, let's go, coach. Also, not meta.
Does the Lilia work pretty good against the Jushin too? I mean, I feel like...
boring.
That's normal.
But hey, that's...
Maybe he was asking permission.
Maybe he was, and then Coach Adi's like, no.
But it does make it difficult for a Granger. Right, you got to penetrate the Hylos, and then the Yuzon's gonna chase after you. It's not gonna be having a fun time.
Makes it difficult for the Hayabusa as well, because right now there's Revitalize on top of the Black Shoes, so
Dude.
much sustain.
Your escape just kind of sucks in general.
Yeah.
Like trying to get away from a Yuzhong flying over you, a Glorious Pathway drop down, and then a Lilia, depending on the build path too.
Kind of
like,
crazy.
Yeah, it's just going to be annoying to try to disengage if they don't get the upper hand in terms of a team fight, because you really have to protect whoever your gold laner is going to be for Sano especially. And, you know, it's not like they're super tanky either. So that's, if they get into that fight, and you know there's going to be a Revitalize over here by ONIC, so that's why they pick up the glue. They do go the glue. They pick up ACC. That kind of helps with some of the durability issues that they were going to have here.
I like that.
I like that too.
I like the CC pick, yeah.
Really, really good stuff here by Falcons. All right. And it fits with the composition, right? Actually...
It's kind of all in-ish on Boyet. But, hey, like...
I think that's what I'm saying. This is the change that maybe they needed. Whoa, Guinevere.
Whoa!
Guinevere gold?
LaFell, your favorite pit. No, it's jungle.
Oh, yeah. I was like, huh? Guinevere.
Your favorite pick of all time, LaFell. It did break its curse. Detective won on it yesterday.
Did you see how hard it is to win that one?
Yes, but it starts hard, and then after that, you know, it gets easier.
Yeah, that's what she said. But yeah, now for both teams here, this is potentially the final hurrah for Team Falcons, wondering if switching up their playstyle, going for double fighters, going for assassin, will it actually work against ONIC Indonesia here? Well, we're going to find out, because we're jumping into the Land of Dawn. Falcons against ONIC Indonesia. One more game for ONIC to advance to the knockout stage, but also one more game for Falcons to be eliminated. Welcome to the Land of Dawn.
Hey, we asked for it leading into this. Team Falcons changed up the game plan. Boyet on the Assassin on this Hayabusa. Built nearly pretty much the same, it looks like, even in the emblems that we just saw in the hands of Kairi. So maybe this is going to help them out. I like those last two picks, like you guys mentioned. Those are very good choices here for Team Falcons. Bending the meta we've seen them play into. Can they pull it off is a big question against this.
I want in my head canon to be like the coach saying, like, it's either Boxier or Gwyn. And then Kairi's like, you know what, give me that Gwyn. I do not want to use that Boxy anymore.
I think so. I think it's a very good reason as well why he doesn't want to be on the Boxia. I think there's more of a chance that it's a Baratz even than a Boxia.
Oh,
Yeah.
Surprised we haven't seen that yet.
It's a bit annoying to maintain the stacks, especially if you're losing early.
Huh? Troll? Goes in way too aggressive, has to burn Flicker.
All right, that is...
Although I'm pretty sure he was pulled, right?
By who?
Oh, wait, yeah.
He was.
Yeah, why was he there?
He just went in, I guess.
He just went in, man. Cuffin's on the Jushin, so, you know, just unfortunate because, yeah, it's a battle spell down, but just has to kind of adjust from there. But I am wondering how this Lilia will actually work out and play out. I know that, you know, good pick for sanz in general, one of his heroes that he likes to play, but since it hasn't been picked yet in the Swiss stages, it might be one of the answers if it ends up finding success here that we might have to consider going into the knockout stages. Looks like there want to be some focus up here, but this is a Patrick.
Very interesting. I'm not too sure about that. That's going to be the turnaround by Sanji with Flicker in. Kairi to be caught in the bad spot now as lutpi jumps in, but Revitalize keeps them alive for a bit. Boyet picks up first blood, and that's 2 on the board for Team Falcons. Kiboy against 3, mounted on now. Cuffin walks over. That's a free kill to Team Falcons. ONIC down 3 kills early.
Hey, that is a huge early game now for Team Falcons on a lineup that they brought, changing what we've seen from them. That is a good question, but hey, Team Falcons now will get them a turtle off of it.
Yeah, very interesting to execute the full combo and not exiting the moment you realize you're under the turret. Because even if you do get a kill, you're going to be so low that you're probably not going to be contesting. Oh, hold on, lutpi.
Full dive, way the dragon as well. lutpi to be chain CC'd and taken down again. 0-2-0 on the dragon.
Team Falcons is off to get to a game 3, man. I feel like they took the first 3 picks that ONIC used against them, and now they are making it work in their hands.
That's kind of fun as a coach. We're like, you know what? I don't want to think about the draft. The draft was pretty good. Let's just take it.
Let's just copy paste, but not fully.
Yeah. So that people don't know. We'll be like, no, it's original. We got a glue. Right? We got a glue. But yeah, Lilia will eventually become a problem when, you know, all the front lines are there. But if Team Falcons continue to extend their lead, then yeah, the Lilia might not be that big of an issue. Just let Sano or Sanji poke her out, and then she couldn't do much. lutpi though at 0-2-0. This is an amazing start for Team Falcons, making sure that Yuzong will not have the same impact as game number 1.
I'm wondering. Oh, whoa!
Wait, the dragon over on Kiboy. Revitalize keeps him alive, but look at the curtain call! And the yo-yo blitz, man, too much damage. Another kill over to Team Falcons.
They are not letting up, man. They know they have this bit of an advantage. Oh, troll.
Spatial migration of Valor Requiem. Sanz should be on the board here. Skylar flickers out to safety. But Cuffin's still there, and Sano will be able to get a few good hits on this shield.
Okay, Team Falcons knows they have an advantage right now. They're playing into their team comp that works really well. Looking at the items building up too, this is, it looks like Boyette's going to maybe do the same thing. He goes Hunter Strike, first item right now. We'll be building possibly into the War Axe too, just like we saw kairi do. But it's not a massive lead in by all means across the lanes, and it looks like ONIC wants to go ahead and contest this one, not giving this one up. They know that they're in a position to fight. Revitalize isn't available just yet, but all the ultimates are, you can see some good push down to the bottom side. They're going to fight this.
Spatial migration is Valor Requiem now. That's going to be a good pick by Troll over onto Skylar. Now everything Petrify coming down though. Sky is able to pick up the kill. Sano picks up the turret down below. lutpi goes in with Furious Dive. That's Skylar taken down, but the mount down comes in as Sanz has to use, oh no, he actually keeps the Black Shoes alive. Cuffin gets out in time. Revitalize, slam! Sanji cannot get through to Revitalize for now. It's Kai who actually falls still. Despite all of it, a messy team fight, but it's ONIC who actually win out in the kills, but Team Falcons got an objective.
Yeah, and like a lot of gold goes over to Sano, so Sano should be able to scale up in the sense that the next time that they fight, there's going to be quite a lot of damage that ONIC Indonesia might not be prepared for, and I feel like that was just Team Falcons getting caught because Boyette came in. I thought he should be able to get more kills, but got stunned up, but I feel like they should not allow that mistake to happen again.
Yeah, that fight would have gone obviously way different if Sano was a part of it, you know, and so ONIC will get a couple kills off of it, but ultimately still losing the turtle too, as the second one now goes to Team Falcons. But, you know, if they go in for those fights like that, and especially like we've seen with this glue so far, man, the glue one is picked up, it's really difficult to kind of take care of, especially early on. If you don't have that itemization that you need, you don't have enough damage to kind of overload that durability from the glue, and that's why it was such a good pick in the draft when it came up on the 4th pick there. So it's still up to ONIC to kind of scale into this game, especially like we mentioned every single time the carry is locked in. You know that you need time to go ahead and build up on here, and so that's what Skylar is doing. Not too far behind in terms of overall gold either, just a few hundred gold off of that #1 spot for Sano, as Sano did get a lot of extra gold, like we just mentioned, from pushing down that tier 1.
I'm just worried for Skylar here is that whenever he's in range to deal damage, Team Falcons, every single person here is in range to basically catch him. So it will really be on kairi as well as lutpi, just to make sure that everyone is kind of controlled. I would say more for kairi. If kairi gets multiple members so that Skylar can be hit, then hey, this good is looking pretty good.
I think that's why he also, he's got the concentrated energy now too. So it's really gotta be up to them to layer what they have available for ONIC. But right now with Team Falcons comfortably building now into their second items. Same thing, Sanji picking up a Radiant Armor, got Dreadnought as well. So he's tanky enough to deal with a lot of what's being thrown at him, and that's why it works really well. It also allows Troll to have the space that he needs here on the Chobik. See him scouting things out up top. This is the last turtle of the game though, 10 seconds away from coming up. Wondering how ONIC will approach this one. They caught Boyette last time. might not be able to pull it off again. You can see even Kairi behind in terms of levels alone. Level 9 to Boyet's 11. They have complete control around this turtle.
Oh, really good slam, pass now. Kairi getting mounted, pops in the final Requiem, but it doesn't do anything. Asano goes through him. Kiboy, glorious pathway earlier as well. So many resources burnt, but no value. lutpi went in, wait to aggressive troll! Oh my god, baits out the Petrify! But he already used his own flicker. Black Shoes coming down. Sanz able to escape without a slam, pass down, everything! Sanz is down in the mid lane, and it is all Team Falcons.
I wonder if Team Falcons is just conditioning everyone to say that we have one play style, and then when it mattered the most, they change it up. And then by the time you're planning against this style, they just like, nah, just kidding, we want to go back to the utility.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big question because they haven't showed it throughout the Swiss stages, and I'm sure people were like, yeah, can they play this kind of style? Well, look at what's happening right now. 5,000 gold ahead of ONIC. And like we mentioned, you know, they went with very similar picks, at least in the first phase, but even so, that Glue and the CC are working out so well right now. And you have to look at, okay, well, can they continue to go ahead and do this throughout the game? Can they go ahead, continue to secure themselves the objectives? The next one going to be the Lord in a little over than a minute. And yeah, they're in a great position to be able to do that. You know, they've also allowed themselves to just scale really into this game, and it's hard actually now for ONIC to make something happen. Kiboy dropping down the pathway.
Yeah, he might die for that. Never mind. He has to burn Revitalize though.
I mean, like, if the idea is to take as much resources from ONIC as possible and then try again, that really did work out. They just got to be careful of Kairi. Misses that.
Yeah.
That. Oh, Troll though. He's going to spot them out.
Here's having the Petrify, but it's only onto Sano. No damage coming down. Sano taken very low, but he's still able to survive now. Black Dragon form comes around, and that's going to be Sanz picked up again. Sano taken low, still able to sustain with the current call. Sano on a killing spree. Cuffin going to slam Kiboy down to the ground, and now it's a re-engage. Kairi taken out by Boyet. Another kick onto Skylar. Team Falcons have wiped ONIC ID out.
Just like ONIC did to Team Falcons in Game 1, Team Falcons gets their revenge in a similar fashion against ONIC, now getting themselves almost to 9,000 ahead at the 10-minute mark. What a game so far for Team Falcons.
Dude, like, that Jushin play, man, like,
yeah,
that shows how much damage the buff was, because you pick up Hylos, one of the highest HP pool heroes in the game, and then you dropped it on ONIC ID. Pick him up again, drop him again, like, I mean, not him, but someone else, but still, that was actually quite a lot of damage coming in from the Jushin. You know what, Muntan, this is a legit buff for this hero.
Jushin is too much, man. Like, the amount of utility that comes with her and the amount of damage that is there. Mind you, that whole fight, by the way, was started by ONIC.
Yep.
Yeah. They chose to fight that, knowing that they were also basically gapped gold-wise at that time, about 6,000 gold.
10,000 gold difference now. Something about today.
Something about today, man. All these games.
Oh.
Wait. Well.
All right, so at least there's no shadow kill. Sanz has very good clear with the help of Skylar down below. But is it good enough to clear the Lord? Lord's pathway used to get a little bit of an angle, and they do clear out the Lord here, but again, it's a 10,000 gold lead. They won't be able to enter their own jungle.
Well, you just gotta wait out for the power spike coming in from Skylar. And if they lose, Guinevere, man. Something like that.
Yeah, there's something wrong with Guinevere. Oh,
lutpi's gonna be caught. Oh, good Petrify! Now, Spatial Migration, Valor Requiem combo over, but it's only onto the roamer right now as the Mount comes in, but it's on the turret right now, so the turret will do a lot more damage. Sanji flickers out to safety though, and they'll keep their lead. No kills over, no bounties to ONIC.
Yeah, it's better that they don't actually choose to fight that. They just kind of choose to live to find another day there.
Yeah, looking at the items here, not even... Okay, so now there's a Hunter Strike on Sano. Sano probably thinking that this kind of draft kind of is difficult for you to end the game. So you got to make sure that the next time they fight, able to do a lot, try to kill 3 to 4 members, and then try to end the game that way. In terms of the other itemization here, the Endless Battle now for Hayabusa on Boyet. Whoever he catches, as long as it's an actual target, they will probably die.
Yeah, this is the thing too. You know, you look at where the itemization is for ONIC. Obviously, you got the Trinity now for Skylar. He's building into most likely defensive item, at least maybe the Wind of Nature here, or I'm not sure if he actually wants to go Malefic Gun, but as long as they continue to buy themselves time, we have seen teams kind of slip up, and they really have to make a massive mistake if you're Team Falcons for ONIC to actually get back into this game. Anti-Karas now picked up by Kiboy too. A little more defensiveness will help them out, but with Team Falcons and this kind of lead, they are not letting up. Troll use the conceal again.
Lantern Flare picking Kiboy up. Kairi actually misses the spatial migration. Now Glorious Path coming down with a Petrify and the Fierce Dive over on 2. With about a Requiem, they actually tear down Sano. Sanji's gonna fall next as well. The damage is stacking up. The crowd is starting to roar again in Indonesia.
Oh man, 2 big kills right before the Lord comes up in about 10 seconds too. That's what I was talking about. That is a blunder. I just mentioned Team Falcons will have to make a big mistake. Well, that was a big mistake. Now, can they delay and stop ONIC from taking this Lord? If they do secure this, that's going to be a massive swing further in their favor here. They're just starting it up. They're blitzing it down.
Cuffing going to be caught. Does not have a Purify. He gets shut down as well. Wade is dragging over to Skylar right now, but Skylar's able to survive for a long time now. Still goes through, flickers out. The quad shadow from Boyet takes him out. No shadow left to play with Kai. Can he go for it? Quad shadow landing, lutpi. Does he survive this? That's Boyet with a walk-up. Kai tries to go over to spatial migration on Boyet, but can't find the angle as Boyet continues to stalk ONIC down in their jungle. Keyboy's looking for the stun. Boyet will not go for it. ONIC, they sneak a Lord.
Yeah, ONIC Indonesia, once they get those picks, because now Skylar does do quite a lot of damage. And yeah, I didn't even realize, yeah, Coven does not have the Purify.
Yeah.
Which comes to the question, I don't know why he didn't flicker earlier, because once you see the Glorious Pathway on your tracks, I kind of feel like it's a safe bet to kind of just flicker away.
Yeah, I actually was like, waiting for him to do it too, man. And so they'll clear out the Lord, that's fine. They're still ahead, 6,000 ahead for Team Falcons. But what that last couple minutes did for ONIC was give them back some momentum, give them some space to get actually resources out of their jungle now, and continue to build up, especially defensively. Earlier on, they were being shredded through and dealt with.
Ooh, gets
Troll.
found out.
Yeah, he's looking for those angles because we've seen it before. Like I was saying, you know, you got yourself now about 4,000, 5,000 gold over to your team if you're ONIC. And so you're in a much better fighting form to be able to take some of these fights. Looking at the updated items, you can see this, right? So the Malefic Gun is what Skylar went for. Now building into most likely Wind of Nature. They're going to go again.
Oh, Sanji.
Pathway dropped. They got to watch out for Troll.
Ooh. Okay. That's it. Lightning Truncheon for Cuffin. There you go.
And just make sure deals a little bit more damage. Because, yeah, this is just something that their team is lacking just a little bit, because they do quite a lot of damage on the front lines. But just in case someone gets caught, because again, no purifies at all for Team Falcons. Whoever gets caught by Kairi, that's it. They're probably going to die. The damage from Skylar as well as sanz is probably just a little bit too much for Team Falcons.
Yeah.
So someone has to be opening up vision here, and I'm guessing that's Troll. But at the same time, Troll wants to get a good flank angle. They got to figure out where Kairi is, because the next time they get caught, that might be GG. That might be an angle for ONIC ID to win the team fight. And then if not end the game, expose one of the sides of the map.
Yeah, it's really, it's got, even though with a lead like this, Team Falcons still has to be very cautious. Not only with the lack of purifies, but also just the amount of crowd control that we talked about that can be set up and utilized with this composition. Yes, they have crowd control themselves. You know, they're able to go ahead and utilize, especially this Jushin with them. Troll, once again, it could become down to one of those clutch conceal kicks if Troll's able to find especially the right target. That might be one of those cases where like he's got to lock down either Skylar to force a flicker or maybe even Kairi. And that might just be his job. You know, Troll, he's done it in the past.
Uh-oh.
Do it again. This Lord is up. Team Falcons spotted out the positioning here. They're going to go start this up, but ONIC, they want to go and respond. Troll, Immortality now available to him. Lord's going to go for a reset.
That base turret is so low up top, but they actually managed to clear it in a way where it should be building back towards him. Kiboy's trying to bait out the mount, but Sanji is very patient with it.
Yeah, right now for ONIC ID as well as Team Falcons is a bit of a push and pull here, where they're trying to bait out, like for Falcons, they just want to bait out Kairi. For ONIC Indonesia, it's really just waiting for lutpi to have a good angle to get multiple targets from Team Falcons, and then a good follow-up coming in from kairi. So they have two different ways to engage into the fight.
Yeah. Trolls, you just want to clear that out.
Black Dragon
going.
Spatial Migration and the Battle Reckon with the Winner Crown this time. The Quantum doesn't land actually, and now Kairi's still able to escape. Throw in the back lines, give me the red tree coming in, but Kai gets it down. Jikundo and the Winner's Dragon, but it's only onto Kiboy now as Skylar's mounted down, but he will fall in the end as Sanji takes him out of the fight. Sanz flickering out to safety. Kairi still playing with it. Sanz doesn't have the black shoes anymore, and Sano will be able to take him down. It's Kiboy next to the chopping block, mounted by Sanji. Now lutpi, furious dive. Sano with a yo-yo blitz constantly on him. Good disengage by Kai, tries to run away, but Sano's gonna constantly go for more damage on Kai. Violet Requiem down already, they want to go for the wipeout. They have a wave in the mid lane, 18 seconds for Skylar. lutpi, can he survive this? I don't think he can.
Oh, they're gonna run it down mid, and they have the waves pushing in, even with a Lord, it doesn't matter.
Troll is looking for the play right now. lutpi somehow was able to survive. 5 seconds on Skylar. lutpi buys the immortality. The wave actually spawns in. The Lord up top gonna crash into the base. As that's gonna be Falcons trying their best to clear it out. Skylar respawning. lutpi right there. They have to defend it, but look at the base up top. Is it a turret? Cuffin is horrible at clearing waves on Jusin. So slow. They get it cleared.
Saves the base turret, but man, lutpi surviving that was insane, and it bought enough time. Let's take a look at the replay here. I'm not sure where it's gonna catch up on, but there was so much time bought. Look at this initiation. Great usage of this glue. Again, finding Skylar. Yes, Lord was secured. Troll looked for his own angle. Goes in there, even though the Lord was secured. Skylar was just stuck on, right? That's why the glue is so good here from Sanji. Able to take out Skylar. They choose to go back to fight. Boyet goes, heals back up, gets his orange, and then they go ahead and follow through. And then it was just a chase, you know, and Kairi really tried. Good thing he actually kept a lutpi alive. I know the timing eventually came there, but with lutpi still alive, it also kept Team Falcons from possibly ending that game.
Yeah, but something that ONIC ID they have to consider, if that happens again, they might not be able to defend that, because now it's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
At 22, the respawn timers will be around 50 seconds up until 1 minute. So it was good on lutpi, bought enough time so that the rest of ONIC ID was able to respond. But the next time that happens, that's probably going to be the end.
I'm wondering what the answer is if you're ONIC ID here, especially for Skylar. He had to deal with Sanji sticking on to him. And that is a Holy Crystal now locked in for Sanz, so a little more damage.
Cuffin as well.
Built up here, yeah. Both teams just kind of really locked in on the items. Obviously, you need a little more defensiveness here for ONIC, but Lord coming up in about 15. Team Falcons still in a good advantage to work with.
Yeah.
Purple buff going over to Sanz. Now also, this is where obviously the immortalities come to play. The Wind of Nature for Skylar. Lord is evolving too, so it's going to be a little bit of a slower take as they have to prep and get in position for this one.
How's the wave in bot? Would love to see the wave in bot. Troll rotates over, will build it to a slow push for them.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do.
What did Skylar sell to buy the Wind Talker?
Boots. Boots.
No. He already had 6 items earlier. He sold the Wind of Nature. Or wait, it's the Rose Gold. He sold the Rose Gold.
Well, right now, Kiboy does have position up top. Same as Skylar as well as lutpi. I don't think Team Falcons have vision of that. They got to be careful. If they're clumped up, there's multiple ways for ONIC ID to really... I feel like Sanji, if he tosses the second skill first, is still safe.
Wait, Sanz popped in ult.
What, Sanz?
Uh-oh. Did Troll use third-part Jikundo?
No, I feel like Sanz didn't have vision of him.
Yeah, I don't think so. Oh.
Spatial Migration. No Valor Requiem. Actually, it's kind of botched the combo. Skylar in the back, able to flicker out a Jikundo now. Spatial Migration backwards. They are not going to go for the Lord just yet. Glorious Pathway sent down. Troll holding this angle. Wave in the bottom lane is good for Team Falcons. Now as Kiboy gets shredded down by Sano. And ONIC will concede the Lord.
Oh, that was messy from ONIC.
What happened mid?
No, the thing is, I really think that Sanz did not see Troll yet. Like, Troll was getting on the way, but he already used the black shoes, so probably a misclick.
Or maybe Troll was waiting in the bush and decided to use skill... Oh, wait. Sanji?
Sanji should be... Okay, he's not going to connect. They got this Lord. It's no
Skylar no ult. Skylar no ult. This is big.
What can Can they defend this here? Lord's gonna have to be worked on.
Troll in the back, gonna go for it, gets Skylar! Good furious time, the Petrified heal away from him. Skylar caught by the current call right now, pops in with nature, but will be popped by Cuffin! Lord still alive, base wide open now. Kairi able to find a spatial migration right now as the Kiboy will be taken out, but it's only immortality now. Lord still alive somehow there. No minions. sanz has cleared it out. Can he survive? No, he cannot. That's Boye with the killing spree. And Team Falcons have wiped ONIC ID. We are going to a game number 3.
Team of Falcons will do it in game 2 with a composition that we didn't know they could play. Well, now we know.
And I gotta say, Team of Falcons, they are really impressing us right now because, again, the composure that after losing game 1 in that fashion, coming back even stronger. But also ONIC made some very questionable mistakes.
Yeah.
And again, Guinevere, like,
Is it cursed, man?
So it's 1-7 now, or 1-8?
1-8?
I think it might be 1-8, dude.
all I know is you only have one win, and even that one was pretty sketchy.
Detective is the only guy to make Guinevere work. And he went home today after making the Guinevere work.
Yeah, you can see here too, ONIC looking just like we saw Team Falcons in game 1, man. And hey, it comes down to one game now between these two. That is just, again, a massive, massive win for Team Falcons. You gotta love to see it though. Bending what we're used to seeing from them, and they made it work. They made it work from start to finish, really. There was a little bit of hope there for ONIC, but Team Falcons stayed locked in, got the game under their belt.
And remember, folks, ONIC in a best of 1 is very, very shaky. Maybe they started things off with a win here in the best of 3, but now it's back to just one game.
It's drafts, man. Something about Gwen I really don't like. I don't know why teams still want to go for it. But either ways, this is potentially a very nerve-wracking situation, because even looking at the crowd, was like, that was a good game. But at the same time, because what's on the line is Mina's first time to the knockouts.
Yeah.
As well as the champions of Indonesia not even making it out of groups. Alter Ego was the first.
Yep.
And there's a potential that ONIC will be the last team to get eliminated.
So that would also mean what we mentioned earlier. There would only be one representative from Malaysia and Indonesia.
Very scary stuff. I'm pretty sure the Indonesian in the crowd and watching at home does not want that to happen, but that's just the situation we're in right now. And I feel like ONIC, they're going to be quite confused, because there's like, okay, which Falcon are we going to see?
Assassin Falcon.
And I'm just confused about that going. Like,
yeah. I really think, why pick the Lilia so early? If the Lilia was an option, right, and if they wanted to go for Lilia, I really don't think Falcons would have read into like, oh, let's ban the Lilia.
Yeah.
They should have really picked up. Was the Lance banned in the first phase? I don't believe it was, right? It was banned out in the second phase.
Yeah.
So Lance was open. I don't know what it is with ONIC and not wanting to pick anything else except for Yusun Shin and Haya then on Kairi, because Lancelot was open in the first phase. They really could have gone for that.
maybe that's also why Falcon takes it. It's like, no way they're going to be using Lance, so they just take Haya.
Yeah. I don't think...
Yeah, I don't think it's that far, but you know. Like,
Because it's already a Yuzong, right? Well, what do they start things off with? Yuzong carry. All right, the carry pick was also honestly really, really weird. But then they finished off Red 3 with Lilia.
Which
it's like,
did not need to be picked up.
it was a signature back when sanz started playing in mid.
I mean, let me just say this entire day, when it comes to the drafts, it's a topic I kind of don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
But now we got to look at the MVP here, Troll with the Cho. From Matilda to the Cho, man. Like, Troll has really shown himself as a roamer here in the world stage.
I feel like anytime we go through our games and we have a MVP Cho, you really have to put respect on their names, because we've seen so many fail Chos too. And Troll, like we mentioned when it was at the draft, you know, this is one of his signature picks. We saw him pick it up when we first were introduced on the international stages, even in previous tournaments with Troll and these players, and he made it work really well. Just like I had mentioned with, you know, Kiboy in the previous game, Troll pretty much did the same thing. Like, he had to do a little more fancy footwork, I feel like, with this Cho, but they made it work. even with Boyet getting the Hayabusa. But I also want to say that a big part of this, those 2 last picks were so good. The Glue and the CC.
Yes.
They really allowed this lineup to shine. Yes, it was the same 3 picks that we saw ONIC run in the game 1, but with a Glue and a CC, just complements this so well, because Glue, like Sanji is almost my other MVP for this, because the amount of work that he did on Skylar, making Skylar's job pretty much a hell, like in terms of like trying to get in position and fight, was great. And that's what we see with Glue. And also Sano. The Kern's call with the Yo-Yo Blitz was a lot of threat. Like there's a lot of threatening damage there to deal with. So even when it looks like some of these team fights where ONIC is getting the upper hand, they're sort of winning these fights, you kind of miscredit like the amount of potential there is to win these little skirmishes and team fights with this composition that is here, especially with a Glue and a CC, who both have that Brave Smite, and they get a lot of that HP back when they're, you know, fighting like this. So again, it was very difficult, I feel like, for ONIC to approach the fights the way they wanted to.
What's concerning for me as an Indonesian is, right, I mean, we can talk all day about the draft. I still agree that the drafts are very botched. I don't really like the placement of some heroes, why they pick it up in the specific moments that they do. But what's more concerning as an Indonesian is how they played it, because it wasn't like it was a completely cooked draft from the start of the game. In the start of the game, I think Neutral Objective 1 should have actually been free for them. They have a Yu Zhong that can actually go through. They have a Guinevere who cannot be CC locked by the Glue as long as you pop in ult. But they decided to go for a gank, and that was a super greedy gank up top. Completely miscalculated the gank. Glue didn't die. They ended up losing 3 members, and then Turtle 1 went to Falcon. So that's more concerning for sure, right? Like, you think, okay, it's ONIC, they have a superstar lineup. It's always the coach's fault. That is the easy way to blame ONIC. But if you look at that game, you can't say it's fully coach's fault when they botched the early game so bad.
Yeah. It would be different if Sanji was outside of the turret range. The fact that Kairi took those turret shots, and I would say responded to it a bit slow or just a bit greedy, trying to make sure that he gets that kill, with possibly with exchanging his own life. Yeah, I kind of feel like game number 1, Falcon forced it. Game number 2, ONIC forced it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the team that reacted better just ends up winning the game.
Thing is, like, we've seen ONIC actually lose composure from game 1. In game 1, sanz flickered very, very early. You remember Skylar flickering when it didn't really look like he needed to. And that's the build-up of pressure.
I'm still wondering, I wish we had like a little replay or like a camera on what happened even with sanz. Like towards that last little fight where the black shoes were used. Not that that would have changed, I feel like, the course of the game or anything, but there's just these like kind of weird errors happening.
They're like fidgety.
Yeah, fidgety. I don't know if it's like, you know, there's just pressure or what exactly ONIC is dealing with, because like we said, we saw that from Team Falcons too, especially in game 1, but this was, you can definitely say this was a great adjustment from Team Falcons and exactly what they had to show, because when you get through the Swiss stage like this and you're pretty much universally playing one kind of play style, and then you